What is up, YouTube? And today we are back with the Infernoble deck. We are going to be doing a combo tutorial for you guys. So I'm going to try to do, I have one card combo down right now. I'm going to be splitting this up into 2, maybe 3 parts in one video, so forgive me if it's a little clumpy, but we'll be doing a 1 card combo today with Infernoble on how to end in just like 1 negate, or 1 monster negate, 1 spell trap negate, and a pop. Obviously, at any given point in the game, you are going to have more than 1 card in your hand, especially if you're going first. This is a going first combo. All you need for it is Neospace and Connector. Obviously, since you're going first, you will have a 5-card hand, so we will play 3 Imperms, and we will put the Aqua Dolphin in our hand. So let's see what we can make with this. Obviously, we're going to normal summon the Connector, activate its effect. If you don't know, you can special the Aqua Dolphin from your hand. Try to make it not too blurry and kind of centered at least. Obviously, we're going to Aqua Dolphin rip a card out of our opponent's hand. We'll discard the Imperm, and then these 2 other Imperms are pretty much dead for the rest of the turn. We'll link summon into Isolde. Activate Isolde's effect on summon. We are going to search for a red layer, just because we are not going to need it for this turn. Red layer in hand, we will send equip spells. Since we don't have a fire warrior in the grave, we're going to send, I like to send 1 copy of Durandal, even though we only play 2. It's just a name that we can shuffle back with Malgus later. 1 Angelica's Angelic Ring, 1 Phoenix Blade, and 1 DDR, because we will add this back to our hand during the combo. So we're going to send 4 equip spells to summon out our Ogier. Ogier's effect is going to activate. We're going to send Turpin. I'm sure you guys know how the deck works by now. We'll activate Phoenix Blade effect by banishing the Connector and the Aqua Dolphin, adding it to our hand, and then equipping it to the Ogier. Turpin Engrave will special summon, and then it would be banished if it leaves the field, but if it's used as an XYZ material, it does not get banished. On the summon of Dempsey, we search. This is not an effect where you can, or where you have to detach to search, which is really nice, so we'll add the Renaud. We'll go ahead and use this other effect though, detach the Turpin. It is not a cost, so if you activate it in the impermit, you're kind of stuck with the Turpin under it, but like no one would really imperm the targeting. I think they would imperm the search. Next though, we're going to special the Renaud, activate its effect, adding back the DDR, and then we're going to activate the DDR by pitching the red layer to bring back the Neospace Connector. Sorry for the glare, guys. My setup is not good, and I know. It is a work in progress. Next, we'll Synchro 5 into Angelica, activate its effect on summon to search Noble Arms Museum, and then we'll activate it. We'll activate its effect, paying 12 to add Almace. I like to add Almace because it just puts another Infernoble Arms equip spell into our grave later in the combo. So this is in our hand. We're going to activate Phoenix Blade again. We're going to banish the red layer and the Connector to add, activate, targeting Angelica, and then we'll chain Angelica's effect, sending Gearfried, and then summoning Roland. Phoenix Blade will go to the graveyard, then we'll activate Almace, equipping it to Roland. Almace effect will turn into a different name from the deck, will turn into Joyce. Next, we will go ahead and activate Turpin's effect, targeting Roland to equip it. You will use Museum's effect to special summon Turpin, since we did search for a Noble Arms equip spell. We'll activate Joy's effect, targeting the Gearfried to destroy it, to add it to hand. Next we will Synchro 9 into Charles. Roland effect equipped to Charles, and then we'll link him off into Emperor Charles, and then activate Emperor Charles effect, equipping regular Charles. Next, we'll Gearfried effect, banishing the Durandal to summon him. Since we have a Charles equipped to Charles, then we have a negate already, which is really nice. Next, we will link 2 into SP Little Knight. We will not use the effect of SP. It doesn't really come up anyways on turn 0. In Vanadium it does, but in Infernoble it's less important. And then we'll go to the end phase. We're going to resolve the Angelica. She comes back since she was temporarily banished. And then we're going to go ahead and end phase Emperor Charles effect. We're going to equip from the grave Angelica's Angelic Ring, and from the deck we're going to equip Maugus. So this is why I put so many Infernoble equip spells into my graveyard, is when this is equipped, we're going to activate Emperor Charles effect and non-target destroy a card on the field. We're going to destroy the Maugus. And then Maugus effect would activate, where we will non-target shuffle either Fire Warrior or Infernoble equip spells into the grave, or from the grave or Banner Zone into the deck. So we got Durendal, Joyce, and Almace. We'll shuffle them into the deck and then draw one card. So that one card could be anything. We'll just pretend like it was another Neospace Connector. So that was a 1-card combo to end on SP Charles Gearfried with 3 cards in hand. Obviously, at any given point in the game, you're going to have more than just 1 card. If you end up having just Connector, Aqua Dolphin, and 3 Imperms in your hand, you know this is the minimum you can do. Obviously, this does not play around Ash, because if they Ash the normal summon of the Connector, your turn's going to end, but then you just have 3 Imperms set. This does play around Droll, though, since you will be activating Aqua Dolphin. It does not play around Imperm, though. But again, if you're opening that hand, that's kind of rough, buddy. But you'll at least know the minimum combo you can end on. So I'm going to reorganize the deck, pause the video, and set up the next combo tutorial for you guys. Alright guys, so we are back with combo number 2. This will be a 2-card combo, obviously. Again, we're going first and we have 5 cards in hand. These 3 Imperms will pretty much be nothing. Red Layer or any kind of extender, and Ogier. Ogier is pretty much half the combo as long as you have any kind of extender. Or Red Layer, which is kind of just a bonus card. So we'll special the Red Layer since we have no monsters. We'll normal summon the Ogier, activate Ogier's effect. We're going to send Turpin to the graveyard. Keep it kind of on screen. Next, we will link these 2 into our Isolde. Isolde's effect on summon. We're just going to search for Neospace Connector, since we can't normal summon anymore. Next, we will Isolde send 1 equip spell. We're going to send Phoenix Blade. Again, this is just if you don't have like anything else. You're going to send we're going to do the bare minimum we can. Phoenix Blade. To summon a Ricardetto. Ricardetto's effect, we're going to bring back the Ogier. You can bring back the Turpin, it doesn't matter. It's just immediately going to be synchroed away. Right into Angelica. If I can find a spot that's not glaring too bad. Well, that's probably not going to happen. Angelica's effect on summon, we're going to search for Museum. We'll activate Museum, activate its effect, pay 12, and we're going to search for Almace. From the grave, we're going to banish Red Layer and Ricardetto for Phoenix Blade. It is important that you banish those 2, otherwise you cannot do this full combo. Then we'll activate the Phoenix Blade, targeting the Angelica's effect. We'll send the Gearfried and summon the Roland. Then Phoenix Blade falls off. Next, we'll activate the Almace, equipping it to the Isolde. Turpin's effect to summon itself back. He will be banished. This will be sent to the graveyard for synchro for Charles. Next we'll go Roland effect equipping to Charles, then just link them off into our first Emperor Charles the Great. Effect on summon, equip him with Infernoble Knight Emperor Charles. Guys, I apologize for this glare. I will work on getting a better setup. Anyways, so we still have 4 cards in hand, 4 dead cards with this 2-card combo. Museum's effect to special summon the Emperor Charles. This is why we can't banish the Ogier or the Turpin, is we're going to activate this Ogier's effect, equipping to Charles from the graveyard. Next, we'll Almace effect to turn into Joyce, equipping it to this Charles Joyce effect to destroy itself to add Gearfried to the hand. And then Gearfried effect, we're going to make sure it's not in the zone of Isolde. We'll banish Joyce and summon itself. Then we'll link these 2 into the final Charles effect again on summon, equipping this Charles, and then we'll go to the end phase and resolve everything. Angelica will come back, and I just like to have separate Charles. We'll use this Charles effect to equip from the grave. Oopsie. We'll equip Almace from the grave and Maugus from the deck. And then again, Charles effect, non-target pop the Maugus. Magus effect, we have 3 Fire Warriors in our Banish Zone that we could shuffle back for free to get a free draw. Or you can just keep it and use it on your opponent's turn to try to draw into like a hand trap or something. It's really simple combos. That is combo 2. At the time of recording, I'm not sure if I have a third combo, so if that is it, thank you for watching the video. If another combo pops up right after this, enjoy. Alright guys, so I decided I don't have another combo that I can think of that's not super niche or pretty much just a repeat of a previous combo, so I shuffled the deck a little bit just to show you guys, fanned it out. I'm going to shuffle a couple more times on screen, and we're going to do one test hand. I like to give it a good couple shuffles, and we will see what we can produce with this test hand. This deck I feel is very consistent. We are going to be playing Ideal Yu-Gi-Oh!, which if you haven't seen any of my previous deck profiles or test hand combo tutorials, whatnot, this is where we are going first. We won the die roll, and our opponent has no interaction. So shuffle it up, and give one more shuffle for good measure. Off it to our opponent to cut. 5-card opening hand. Hopefully that's still on screen. So, I mean, we did draw duplicates of Renaud, and then we opened Horn of Olaf and Imperm, but we have connectors, so we are all set. And if you watched, I mean, ideally you watched the previous combo tutorials. This is full combo, essentially. Aqua Dolphin, we can use its effect. We might as well pretend like we have an opponent. We'll pitch this Renaud to the graveyard to summon it. Then link these 2 off into our Isolde. Have everything to the side. Isolde effect on summon. We'll search for a red layer. Oops. Isolde's other effect, since we have a Renaud in hand, this is actually really nice. We can send 4 equip spells. DDR, and where did Durandal go? There it is. Send 4, and we'll summon where are you? Ogier. With all this blur. We'll use Ogier's effect. We'll send, we could send Gearfried or we could send Turpin. I think with this hand we will send the Gearfried. We'll send Gearfried to the grave. Special Renaud, we'll use Renaud's effect. We are going to actually add DDR instead of Gearfried, since we can add Gearfried later in the combo. Sync, excuse me, into Angelica, effect on summon. Add Museum, activate Museum, and we'll pay 12. We'll add Almace. Let's see, we can go ahead and banish the Aqua Dolphin. We'll banish Renaud, actually. Renaud and Connector for Phoenix Blade. And then you know the combo, Phoenix Blade effect. We'll send the Turpin. And summon the Roland. Almace equipping to Isolde, Turpin effect. Synchro 9. Charles, Roland effect, equip. Link 1 into Charles. Charles effect to equip Roland. Museum effect to special. We can go, let's see. We could Phoenix Blade, banish the Gearfried and the second Renaud. Add it to hand. Equip it. Link. Make sure I don't get my piles mixed up. Charles effect. Next we can DDR. We'll discard the red layer to special back the Gearfried. Almace effect, we can destroy itself, turning it into, we could probably just go for Durandal, I think. Then Durandal effect, destroy itself. We can add we can add a Ricardetto for follow-up for next turn, or if we really wanted to actually, now that I think about it, we can go ahead and add Oliver. We'll go ahead and add Oliver this time. I'll show you what else we can do. Blade again, banishing the red layer and the Aqua Dolphin. And then we're going to activate Oliver, sending the blade to the graveyard to summon itself, and it is treated as a level 1. And now we can Synchro 10 into a Barone. So we just have a ton of negation. We can set our Horn, we can set our Imperm, we can move to the end phase, we'll resolve Angelica. She comes back to the field, and we will activate the Gearfried that is equipped with nothing, Angelica from the deck, and of course, where are you? Maugus, then either Charles, pop the Maugus. Maugus effect will shuffle back. What equip spells? I think we should for sure put an Almace back. A Turpin. And we'll go Ogier. We'll put Ogier back. Another line we could have done is we could have kept the, what is his name? Gearfried on the field, and then with the Oliver that we added to our hand, we could have linked that and Isolde into SP Little Knight, so we had even more interruption on our opponent's turn. But we're ending on the field, on our field, with 3 spell trap negates essentially, between these two, I guess 2 and then an Omni negate. The first spell our opponent activates will be negated on resolution. Then we'll add Museum. Then we have Imperm set and Horn of Olymp. So this is like the average end board. So we could replace this with, where are you at? SP. Our back row would be a little different. We might have to hold on to the Imperm so we have enough spell trap zones to be able to do all this, because we would still have a DDR on here. So we would have to hold the Imperm, but I'd say that's a pretty good board, guys. Just off of a quick test hand. Clearly we didn't have as much in our hand because we just went full out on combo, but that just shows you how powerful of an end board this deck can play. And like that plays through Dark Ruler no more. The first spell they would activate is negated on resolution. If it is a field spell or a continuous spell, it won't essentially negate anything because it doesn't have an activated effect. But let me move this to the center. But it's still a really powerful board. So thank you guys so much for watching these combos. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. If you have any feedback, please drop it down below in the comments. And do not forget that if the deck profile makes it to 2,000 likes, I believe is what I said, or 2,000 views, I will be giving away this SP Little Knight by 30 days of posting. SP Little Knight is still up for grabs, guys. So thank you so much for watching the video, and I will talk to you later. Peace.